Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Only on Wall Street Bets can someone commit fraud and still manage to lose money doing it. You know that saying you can only lose 100% of your money, but you can make 2,000%? Yeah, no, somehow Wall Street Bets manages to lose way more than 100%. The protagonist, or no, actually antagonist of our story is a 19-year-old kid who's known as Control the Narrative on Reddit. On his Reddit account, he talks about some questionable stuff regarding how socialism is apparently better than capitalism. However, I guess he went full capitalist after discovering Wall Street Bets. Wall Street Bets was a magical place for him. He saw 100, 1,000, even 10,000% gains achieved in just a couple of hours. He wanted to replicate those results for his own portfolio. So he borrowed a huge amount of money and dumped it into Microsoft put options before their earnings. To the surprise of pretty much no one, he lost the entire position, gambling away $30,000 of borrowed money. But the story does not end there. He stated that he learned his lesson and had a big reality check. However, once he somehow paid off his margin call, he proved that he almost certainly did not learn his lesson. He needed a way to rebuild his wealth through safe investments and a stable job. Instead, he chose to repeat the exact same strategy and double down by gambling on Apple puts before their earnings. Fortunately, or actually unfortunately, Control the Narrative had found a glitch on Robinhood that allowed him to quite literally attain infinite leverage. Here's how it works. Using Robinhood Gold, which is Robinhood's paid subscription service, you can borrow up to the amount of money you have in your account. So let's say you start off with $2,000, the minimum amount of money you needed to access margin. With margin, you now have $4,000 in buying power. Using that $4,000, Control the Narrative bought 100 shares of AMD. Then, he was able to sell a deep in the money call option on those shares, which gives him almost all of his money back. Now he has $4,000. This is where the cycle should end, because $2,000 of those $4,000 aren't his. However, Robinhood overlooked this and thought that all of those $4,000 were his. Now he has $8,000, which he used to buy 200 shares of AMD, which he sold 2 deep in the money calls on, meaning that he now has all $8,000 left in his account. Robinhood gave him another $8,000, so now he has $16,000 and bought 400 shares of AMD and sold 4 calls. You could quite literally obtain infinite leverage with this method, but he stopped to meet his quote-unquote personal risk tolerance, which is 25 to 1 leverage. Honestly, I sometimes wonder what would have happened if he just kept going. He probably could have taken out tens if not hundreds of millions of dollars on margin before Robinhood noticed something was up. So now he has $50,000 of borrowed money. He YOLO'd it all into 7% out of the money Apple puts expiring in 2 days. Just know that that is incomprehensibly risky. It was do or die. Unfortunately, Tim Apple gave a great earnings call and Apple stock rocketed after hours. Control the Narrative knew that he was in utter financial ruin. He decided to record the market open on the next day to assess the damage. At the exact moment the clock struck 9:30, this is what happened. Could we get a replay? Control the Narrative was banned soon after and we never heard from him again. The most ironic part about the story is the fact that if he had just bought calls instead of puts, he would have been considered a genius despite the strategy still being insanely degenerative. He found a literal infinite money glitch and decided to gamble away. Control the Narrative is probably one of the most famous Wall Street Bets YOLOs, maybe even more iconic than Deep Frickin' Value. His sole impact on the subreddit cannot be understated. In any case, we can all truly respect his drive to YOLO everything for a shot at a better life. Control the Narrative, wherever you are in life right now, I wish you all the best. Hey, I heard from Jerome Powell that if you like, comment, and subscribe, your portfolio will double tomorrow. Also, you can use the link in the description to get $100 in free stocks by signing up for M1 Finance. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.